Hello, 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 hello. We are live once again. What's up, people? How you all doing? And let me just wait for some people and then I'm just posting in my Twitter and GitHub credentials, not credentials. I'm just posting in my handle so that you guys can check me out there as well. Cool. So I have shared my handles along with amazing. So let's see today's problem. We will solve day 2 problem of advent of code. Last time we solved the first problem. So today we are going to solve the second one. So let's see. Let's wait for a few people to join in. And if you guys are watching this stream, make sure to like this stream and come on chat. Let's talk, discuss. We are doing the second day, second problem of advent of code. Also let me know if the audio and video is perfectly fine. Awesome. Let me post the notification as well so that we have at least few people that can join us. La, 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 la. Sweet. So let me know if you want me to start we'll just start looking at this problem that we are facing. All right, the poll is also running, so make sure you guys opt for the polls. Do let me know if you want me to start this thing. All right, let's start looking at this thing. Yes. So the first day, we have solved a problem where we were at the North Pole according to the problem statement, and we have to figure out a password of the gate so that we can enter and start decorating North Pole. Right, so we did that, and now the second problem is, the problem name is gift shop. So now it goes with all lot of statements, so let me just copy it so that you guys can open it side by side and start reading or something. Right, so the problem goes like this: you get inside and take the elevator to its only other stop, the gift shop. Okay, and it has a message: thank you for visiting the North Pole, gleefully exclaims a nearby sign. Right, you aren't sure who is even allowed to visit the North Pole, but you know you can access the lobby through here, and from there you can access the rest of the North Pole base. As you make your way through the surprisingly extensive selection, one of the clerks recognizes you and asks you for help. Cool. As it turns out, one of the younger elves was playing on a gift shop computer and managed to add a whole bunch of invalid product IDs. Crazy. So that some naughty elf is there. So what it does is, he was playing around on the gift shop computer and managed to add the whole bunch of invalid product ID. So the gift shop has gifts, right? And those gift has, I think, a product ID, right? And the elf, the naughty one, what it does, it just kind of added all the invalid product IDs to their gift shop database, right? Surely it would be no trouble for you to identify the invalid product IDs for them, right? So the problem asks us to figure out the invalid IDs that the naughty one elf that added it to the database. So they have even checked most of the product ID ranges already. So it says that they have like almost figured out all the invalid product IDs. They only have few product ID ranges, right? So that is our puzzle input that we will need to check. And for example, it says this is the list of product ID ranges if you can see on your screen, that is 11 to 22, 95 to 1115, 998 to 1012, and this big O's number, this blah blah blah. The ID ranges are wrapped here for legibility. In your input, they appear on a single long line. So it turns out that it would be a string, right? So it is wrapped for us to read, right? And what we will get in our input is we will get a long string separated by comma, and that comma separated string will have a dashes in between, like as you can see, 11-22. That means it's a range. The lower limit is 11, the upper limit is 22. The ranges are separated by comma. Each range give its first ID and the last ID separated by dash. So it will act as a range, the first ID, the last ID. For instance, take this as an example, 11-22. So it means the first digit of the range is 11 and the last digit of the range, the upper bound, is 22. Bro, are you doing coding, not giving horizontal streaming? It may more effective. Yes, it is. It could be more effective, but that way I'll only have like 2-3 views. So the vertical stream, like most of the people are on their like mobile devices, so they have quick access. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. So yeah, the ranges are separated by comma. Each range gives its first ID and last ID separated by dashes and all. Okay. Since the young elf was just doing silly patterns, you can find the invalid IDs by looking for any ID which is made only of some sequence of digits repeated twice. Okay, here is the thing that we have to focus on. So it says that that elf, the naughty elf, was just doing some silly patterns, right? So you can find the invalid IDs by looking for any ID which is made only of some sequence of digit repeated twice. So it turns out that the invalid IDs are the one that are repeated twice. So it gave an example like if so 55 has 5 twice, so it must be an invalid ID. 6464 has 64 twice, so it's an invalid ID. 123 has 123 twice, would all be invalid IDs. So if you have any problem till here understanding the statement, let me know. Moreover, the link is also there that say like that you can see the problem statement. It would be good if you guys check that out. And none of the numbers have leading zeros. All right, so here is the one case that we have to completely neglect is if a number starts with 0, any number that has a leading 0, that like it isn't an ID at all. So it's not an ID at all. So we have to skip this number that has a 0 as a prefix. So 101 is a valid ID because 101 doesn't have any pattern to get repeated, right? So it is an valid ID because it is not starting from 0. Also, it doesn't have any pattern over here. So the pattern is the thing that a specific pattern repeated twice, specific sequence that repeated twice is called a pattern. So our job is to find out all the invalid IDs that appear on the given ranges. So here is the example. Let me just copy it so that I can show you over here, and then we'll figure out how we can approach this problem. Okay. Yeah, so this is our last problem that we were working on, that was the finding out the password. So it was like a lock and we figured out how we can like kind of get the password. Actually this thing, entire thing, according to the statement, was a decoy. The password was how many times the pointer just stops at 0, right? So now let's do a second problem. Day 2, name is gift shop. All right, we'll start it from here. I hope you guys can see it. Let me just check. Maybe we need to just can we shift the browser? No. Okay, we can start from here. Cool. All right, so we'll work from here on the second problem. Day 2, right? So yeah, let me just paste the problem here. So this is an example. I hope this is visible. Yes. So the problem here is we have to identify patterns, and we need to figure out what is the invalid ID, and adding up all on the invalid ID. This example is okay. So we have to figure out the invalid IDs, and then we have to figure out the sum of those invalid IDs. Hello, Indresh. Welcome. Welcome. Guys, come on. We have 9 viewers right now. Day 1 done. Yes, sir. Day 1 done. It was done when the battery was left 1%. Guys, come on. Make sure you like this stream. Let's make it even. Concurrent viewers versus the number of likes. Come on. And make sure you do the polls as well. Bro, I'm learning day 1 part 2. No, day 2. Day 1, day 2, no parts. Day 2, the problem name is gift shop. So now that we have unlocked the password of the North Pole's gate, now we are inside that gate and we can see a lobby. We have a gift shop and there is a naughty elf that kind of messed up all the product IDs, and now he just mixed the invalid IDs with a silly pattern, the problem says, and the silly pattern is all the numbers are invalid where the pattern appears twice. So we have to figure out those invalid IDs and then we have to do sum of all those invalid IDs as a answer. Bro, I'm learning web development nowadays and I also go live on YouTube like you. Just receive a concept that I learned but the problem I'm struggling to speak English. Yes. I'm also not a well spoken of English, so just keep doing the things. Just keep on speaking. Watch some English movies. Server, so you can, and now the next step is we have सुस्ता लिए हो ज़्यादा लगे सूर्यकांत. Hello, welcome on the channel. Okay, so yeah, so this is the example that this problem gave to us, and we need to figure out invalid IDs. Now let's go through it and try to figure out the solution. And this is a kind of a pattern matching problem where we have to figure out some pattern and all. So we'll figure out how to do that. 11. So this, so whenever we see a number over here, as you can see, let's say it's 11-22. So as we all know, the first number is the first digit and the second number is the second digit, and it's actually a range separated by a dash. So it's a range. So all the numbers from 11 to 22, it's a range, right? So 11 to 22 has two invalid IDs. And what is the definition of an invalid ID here? That means there is some pattern repeated twice. Okay, so as you can see, 11 to 22 has two invalid IDs, that is 11 and 22. 11 to 22, if you check out between 11 to 22, there are two invalid IDs. How? 11 and 22, because 1 1 2 2. So this pattern 1 repeated twice, right? 1 1 2 2. So two invalid IDs are there. Let's go on second one. 95 to 115. 95 to 115. It has one invalid ID, that is 99. So as you can see, 95 to 115, we have only one ID, 99. Because 9 appears twice, 99. Is there any other one? 96, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. 100 would not be there. 101, no. 102, no. 103, no. 104, 5, 6, 7, no. 110, no, because it's a 3-digit number. Oh, it's a 3-digit number. Okay, keep that in mind. Factor of 11, all invalid are divisible by 11. Only true for 2-digit numbers. Yes, now, yes. I just figured out that all the 3 digits number. So we have to generalize it, right? So we have to generalize it. Now 998 to 1012. 998 to 1012. So 998 and 1012. Let's figure out how many numbers are there. It says it has only one invalid ID, that is 1010. How? Because 1010 is a pattern. 10 is a pattern that appears twice. So like the last question, we have to figure out a pattern here. Like the last question, we have to figure out a pattern here, right? So 10 is a pattern that appears twice, so it's invalid. So this one is invalid ID, right? Invalid ID. So 1010. Okay, and this is some big ass number. 1188511880. 1188511890. It has only one invalid ID, 11885. So the 11885 is a pattern that appeared twice if I slice between them. So 11885 and 11885. So it's an invalid ID. The same goes for this 222. It doesn't contain any invalid ID. It has only one valid ID, 446446. 3859. Okay. So see, 3859. If I slice between them. So to check for pattern, it turns out that we have to somehow we figure out a way to dissect this string so that each of the pattern, that's what I'm thinking, thinking out loud here, so that, and then we can match those strings. So what if I only true for 2-digit numbers? No, I mean there are kind of 6-digit number, 8-digit numbers as well. 3 5 3 5, it's a 10-digit number. So let's take a case. If we sort these number and then match, what do you think? So let's say we have a range, let's say 11 to 22, and we only have two invalid IDs there, right? 11 and 22. So it's a two-digit number, 11 and 22. So if I somehow like kind of split this in half, then match these things, we are good. If there is a pattern, we have to split it and do kind of these things. So, and three-digit number, yeah. So what I figured out here when I saw this first thing, that 115 is there, right? So in or so as the like the question or the problem says that a pattern is considered to be invalid that appeared twice. You see, the pattern is considered invalid if it appeared twice. So in order to make the pattern appear twice, it should be a even number, right? Because on the three-digit number there could never be a pattern. I hope this makes sense. If I say 115 or any number, let's say 999, this should not make any pattern. How can I make a pattern if I cannot take only 99, right? If I take 99, then this is a two-digit word because we have left this thing, right? A pattern is said to be invalid if it appears twice, right? So, but the 9 is left here, so it's not a pattern. So we can generalize this thing from here that three-digit number we can omit it. Not only three-digit number, we have to generalize it. So 3 means odd. Okay, so one thing is for sure that when we do anything on these list that we get, we need to figure out the length first of all. If the length is odd, we can skip it. I'm not sure if we are going to like get it right or not, but let's think like that. And if so it's for the odd digit number, right? So but if it's a even, then we can split it. Let's say I get 9999 9999. So maybe I can then split it from between, that is 4 by 2, length by 2, we get 2. So so the 2, right? So I can just say split it from here, second position. So we have A is 99, B is 99. Then we can see if these are equal. If these are equal, it's a match. That means it's invalid. Right? Are there any gochas here? I'm not sure about the big numbers. Let's so if it's a 10-digit number, we have to split it 5. Cool. It will make sense. 9-digit number, it could not be a pattern because this way we'll have either 5 one side, 4 one side. How can this be a pattern, right? We cannot even split it equally. So this could not be a pattern. So okay, so one thing is clear. We have to figure out the length of the digit. If it's even, we split and check. If it's odd, we leave it. The problem could be tricky if the criteria changes. So currently the criteria only specifies that pattern is invalid if it appears twice only. So this makes it easy because splitting it make the two pattern. What if it says 3? Now that would be very tricky too. So then we have to like kind of divide by 3 if the lengths are equal. But again, the formula I think makes sense for all, that any odd digit number should be left. Okay, so we have Okay, we did that. Did we have any other things? So this is not very efficient for bigger numbers. Let's say 100 digit number, length calculation, splitting in between, matching all these. It is okay. बस इतना ही था क्या इसमें? It should not be this. एडिंग अप, अच्छा हाँ पे बाकी वैसे थोड़े बहुत गोचास हैं कि उन सबको स्टोर करना पड़ेगा कहीं पे. या दैट्स व्हाट दैट्स व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग. एक मिनट में इसे थोड़ा बड़ा करता हूँ, कुछ मिस तो नहीं हो रहा है. दे हैव इवन चेक्ड मोस्ट ऑफ द, दे हैव ओनली प्रोडक्ट ID ranges. The ranges are separated by this. So 55, 55, 64, 64, 1, 2, 3 twice. None of the numbers have leading zeros. 1010 isn't an ID at all. Your job is to find all the adding up all the invalid IDs. Okay, so these things are some programmatic like things that we have to keep a variable that keeps on storing those invalid IDs, and at the last we have to just sum those up. What do you get if you add up all those invalid IDs? Cool. We will take this example only, and then we should get this answer. Yes, yeah, that was it. That was it on day 2. This was good. So we'll just quickly write a program for it, and let's see. Is there any other way to do this thing? I mean, if we can think this should not be that easy. I'm just like kind of worried on this. So we iterate on the list. It's a comma separated single string. We break it, then we iterate it, then we count the length, then we just check out, leave the odd one out and take the even one. Then we split the even string, substring, and then match those splitted part. And then if they are a match, and then we can just simply do that. And what else could be done? I'm just like waiting for you guys to show me or tell me some other ways. Apart from this thing, like to break it, loop it. String is simpler, but you can do it entirely in numbers. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, okay. I think electricity is gone. 9 votes so far, and we have 3 likes. Come on, guys, shoot the likes, man. Shoot the likes. So I think we have to leave this stream right here, and then once the electricity is back, we can again just join. Till then, you can figure out what else can we do here. It should not be that simple. I mean, if the question is simpler, it demands some kind of optimization, right? There should be some kind of optimization here. There should be. Because on the bigger numbers, it would be a issue. What can we do for bigger numbers? We cannot like iterate on each of the numbers. If the range is given, then we have to iterate on all the ranges, right? We have to iterate on all the ranges. We have to just dissect that and even figure out the length again on that next item on the iteration. So like looping it is simple. This part is, I mean, the solution, the crude approach is simple, but I think it demands, this bigger number demands some optimization. How can we think? uh, let's take a smaller number one first. 11, 22. Now tell me what else can be done here apart from looping and all. 11, 22. So if it's a 2-digit number, that means a pattern is repeated twice. That means this will be dissected. So 1 digit, 1 is repeated twice. 1 is repeated twice, so it's a pattern. 2 is repeated twice, so it's a pattern. And 3 is repeated twice, so it's a pattern. But the range is 11, so we can take only that. Omit this. 3-digit number, again we cannot do that. Again, it, how can it be? Like we cannot even dissect it. Let's take a 4-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, like that. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it's a 4-digit number, then the pattern should be 2, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means pattern should be kind of like this, right? A, B, B, right? Oops. So the pattern would be like this: 2 by 2 for 4-digit number. For 2-digit number, the pattern is 1 by 1. For 6-digit number, the pattern is 3 by 3. For 8-digit number, the pattern is 4 by 4. So there is something to it. 8 by 2, 6 by 2, 2 by 2. So if it's a 4-digit, just do it again. Okay, electricity is back. It is back. So we can start it again. Math. All numbers are of the form a into 10 to the power digits by 2 plus a. What is this, man? What is saying, man? A into 10. How did you reduce, like, what digit by 2 plus a? But I am not that like kind of math genius. What is this? Give me some example. What is a here? So digits are, do you mean to say length? Length by 2. And what is a here? What is a here, buddy? 11 votes. Come on, guys. Shoot the likes. Come on. Do it. Okay. D. Okay, so digits is the length of D. What is a here? A. I concluded that from 11 and 22 example. Okay. So no, no, no. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. We can implement that in on the uh, you have concluded it from two-digit number. We will just go through it for 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. Because see, if the string a kind of range is this 10-digit numbers and the range has a quite large gap, then our program is not like kind of uh, optimized, right? You cannot loop in on big numbers, so we need to figure out a way. This should be a solution, because if the solution is that simple that you can loop it, that means it needs some optimization. What is a here? Then to the power digits by 2. A is a pattern that is to be repeated, like 12 in 12 12. A is the pattern. So the pattern means what? 2. Like for 1 2 1 2 1 2 is a pattern, so 2, or just should I put like 1 2 over here? It means 120 to the power 4 2 plus 12. I mean, what does this even give us? What will this give? uh, so let's go through here. Let's take 1000 for an example. 314 to 2000. Okay, see this thing. It's a 4-digit number. 1000 to 2000, right? So the pattern should be here, because on the 4-digit number, the question says pattern is appeared twice. So it means pattern would be 2 2, right? Either 1 2, because in between 1000 and 2000, 1000 2000, 1000 to 1000 to 2000, we can have multiple invalid IDs. Like we will also receive 1212, like you said, right? We will also receive 1313, just thinking, right? So we can have multiple. So you see the pattern is 2 2, and the same thing for string implement. Yes. No, no, I am just sticking to the string one. I'm just sticking to the string one. But I'm just thinking that if it's a large number, or the range is very large, I mean, we cannot like loop it. We can loop it, but we should not. Uh, the pattern is 2 2, right? So 1 2 1 2. So we can have pattern of 10 to 99. So if I say 2 digit, so the pattern 2 digits would be 10 to 99. That is 10 10, 11 11, 12 12. So we can check whether this appears in this. No. It's a 4-digit number. So if I do this, the pattern is 2 2. Pattern is 2 2. So 2-digit number 10. 10 to 99 are 2-digit numbers. So all the combination, all the invalid IDs of a 2-digit number that makes up to a 4-digit number will be 10, 10, 11, 11. So can I check in between these two that these number exists? If these number exists, we have those invalid ID, we have that thing invalid ID. But again, how do we check it? We eventually have to loop it. So yeah, one thing we can figure out that, okay, if we loop, the looping is a kind of, we can automate that, because see, this one I figured out. I will try it for the 4 digits. 4 digit we have done, right? 6 digit. So let's say 6 digit number is 1 ek, so 6 digit number is this 1 10 100 1 this 2 2. 6 digit number is this, right? 1 5 zeros 2 2 5 zeros. So a 6 digit number means a pattern of 3 digit number appeared twice. Does this make sense? A 6 digit number means a pattern of 3 digit number appeared twice. So it says, yeah, it says, since the young elf was just doing silly patterns, you can find out invalid IDs by looking for any ID which is made only of some sequence of digits repeated twice, right? So for a 6 digit number, the pattern should be 3 digit number repeated twice. So we take 3, that means 6 by 2. So 3 digit number is 100 to 999, right? And 100 to 999, what will be the pattern? That will be 100 100 uh 110 110, like that. But how we figured out those pattern? I mean, this is very theoretical. This is very theoretical. So what I figured out is, we have 3 digit number, and whatever pattern like 100 100 101 101 102 102 103 103. So these were the pattern, right? 100 100 101 101, it's a 6 digit pattern. 102 102, it's a 6 digit pattern. So we will check whether 100 to 102 is this between like this range, is it comes between this range. If it comes in between that range, it's invalid. And we just keep track of it and sum it. So how do we create those numbers? We'll say if it's a 3 digit number, we will have to use the predefined things, like a 3 digit number would be 100, and we will loop from 100 to 999 and just replicate this thing 100 100 101 101, and we'll see if 101 101 is less than, oh, what? Cool. So we cannot omit loop, but we can definitely omit looping the big ranges, because we will now only loop this 100 to 999, and we will create a pattern over here by concatenating a number twice into a string, and then we will see if this number is less than, oh sorry, is this number is greater than this 1 lakh and less than 2 lakh. If it is, then it's an invalid number and it falls under these ranges. I hope this makes sense. Let me just tell you again. Take a smaller number, 11 22. So it's a 2 digit number, a 2-digit number, a possible invalid ID could be a 1-digit number repeated twice. That's what the problem says, right? A 1-digit number repeated twice. And what is the 1-digit number from where to where? It is 0 to 9. So in this 0 to 9, what are the possible invalid patterns that repeated twice that we can create? 0 0, 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, up to 9 9. Then we will check. Whether 0 0 is less than 11. Oh, sorry. Whether 0 0 is greater than 11 and less than 22. No, because 0 0 is less than 11. So we skip that. Now we'll see if 1 1 is less than 1 1 is greater than equal to 1 1 and less than equal to 2 2. Yes. So it means this 1 1 falls under this range. So it's an invalid ID. We store that. Now we take 2 2. 2 2 greater than 1 1. Yes. Less than equal to 2 2. Yes. Store that. It is an invalid. Now let's go on 3 3. 3 3 greater than 1 1. Yes. Is it less than 2 2? No. We stop. Buddy. Here we get two numbers, 1 1 and 2 2. So this way we don't skip on these ranges. We skip only on the these numbers, the patterns, and we just make the string pattern by concatenating those numbers. Does this make sense? I think it makes sense to me. So we have two approaches. One is to loop and bisect the that pattern in two. If it's even, we just divide it in two, match the pattern, and we are done. We store it, and at last we just add and get the sum. But if you want to go crazy, then what we can do is we can just figure out what is the minimum and maximum ranges pattern, right? So if it's a 4-digit number, that means the pattern would be 2 2. So we just figure out what are the 2-digit numbers are there available on the number system. So 0 0 to 9 9. And what could be the patterns there? So will be 0 0 0 0, 4-digit number. It becomes 4-digit number, but the pattern is 2. Okay, awesome. Not sure. Let's see how we can implement this thing, and do we get any result similar to the example one? Does that make sense, guys? Come on. We have only one guy in the chat who is just enjoying this boring stream. What about others? Do you want me to explain this again? How we get through here? The first part was quite easy. We just figured it out within 10 minutes. Right? But if everything is going good, then there must be some other things that we can do to optimize this. Hello, Yuvraj. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. Come on, guys. We need 4 more likes. Hit that thumb. 12 votes so far. 42% says, hell nah. Buddy, you should get in. Trust me, you should get in if you want your life upside down. Come on, guys. We are about to code this thing. We are about to code this thing. Let me just put myself here. And up on the top, I'll code. I like this thing. Green screen. Amazing. I feel like a YouTuber now. Okay. Uh, uh, Advent of code. Day 2. Day 2. Okay. Guys, we are about to do this thing. Come on. Come on, people. We'll only start if we hit the likes. 4 more likes. 10 likes and we'll start coding this thing. Trust me. The coding part will take time. Trust me. Uh, this thing you can do in any other programming language, like kind of very fast. But Rust will make us feel very crippled. So, in order to like feel that crippling pain, I need 10 likes. Date. We'll start after a minute. It's 3:28. Come on. Make sure you like kind of check out my Git profile as well. We have some pretty basic repository over here that you guys can contribute to if you want to like kind of contribute and are learning Rust, so you can just go there. Amazing, we have 7 likes, 3 more to go. Anyways, we'll always start, so let's start this thing. Yes, so we'll take first the basic crude oil approach, that is the one that we just figured out within 10 minutes. To loop, to like break the string, to match, to store, and to show. Correct? So we'll go this, and later on we will figure out our that second approach. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but let's see. So let me just point out what we are going to do. We will have a range, right? We'll have a range. We will take each item on range, we will check if it's even or odd. If odd, we do nothing. If even, we break the string in two, in half, and check or say match both the halves. If matched, store it, else skip it. So we will do that. Cool. uh we'll say patterns. Let's create another file called mode.rs. We'll just say pub mode patterns. Inside this we create patterns.rs. Here I will just say patterns here. And we'll say patterns, right? If I go inside it, we have pub mode patterns, and if I go inside this, we have this thing. Okay, amazing. Let's start patterns. So what do we need here? What do we need here? When we initialize this thing, we want the list to be breaked, right? Because the question says, the problem says this thing, these id ranges are wrapped here for this thing, and I hope this means readability. Let's check this thing. The quality of writing that can be easily read. Legibility, the fact of being easy to read. Yeah. Distinctness that makes perception easy. Okay, so for the better readability, this string has been wrapped. Otherwise we will have this as a single string, comma separated. So we'll have to like break it from the comma, and then we will have it is in like in the vector, and then yeah, and then that each item we will pass will act as a range, and we'll figure out what to do with that. So I think it will have some input, correct? And let's implement this thing. What does it returns? It should not return this thing. It should return a vector of string, and here it should get input as string. It will return self, and here what it does, patterns input. Guys, how do we break a string? Come on, come on. uh, we'll have, instead of input, we'll call list. List input dot split split. What is that? Split at self split or split. Come on, how do we split it? I think split. Let's try this thing. It needs a pattern. uh, what does it returns? It returns struct pair. Let's see. Expected. Okay. I think we can search it, right? Yeah, we can take help here. So we have this slice and it says text.split.collect, but it's a string slice. I don't know. Input dot split dot collect. But it returns does this supports? No. See, that's what I said. We'll be crippled here. Should we do like kind of convert this to this thing, like this, and then we can just collect it? But again, this, it like sends back the parse the numbers. Are you a hacker? Yes. And store them instead of a string. Why I am storing this in a string? Why I am not parsing it in numbers? Because 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 1 1, storing them in string and parsing them to numbers. No, that is fine. That is the second step. The first step is, how can I need to split the string first. The thing is, we'll get the input by string. Storing and parsing is different, would be secondary. But first we have to the thing is, I need to figure out this thing. How can I split the string? I was trying to split in Rust. I got the output this. How can I get hello? Hello world. It's a string slice. Yes, yes, yes. A split will return this thing, and if we want to collect them onto a vector, then the vector would be the vector of string slices. And I'm just omitting that thing because like the last read that we like the last question that we did, we like saw something that says if you are learning, avoid using string slice in struct because you will get kind of stuck on the lifetime things and all. Hmm. Yes, that's what we did. We did delimiter is this, so that's what we did. We did this. Uh, Text dot split. Dot collect. Parts to number. To string. अच्छा भाई. Hmm. This requires some serious lifetime. Constant provided when the type was expected. Comma. Input dot split dot map string dot from dot collect. Let's see. Let's see. Input dot split dot map. Uh, yes, it worked. It worked. split divides ठीक है. Map converts each string into an owned string. Collect, gather the resulting value. Okay. This code will not compile as written because string.from expects an string, but the split iterator yields this value, which are valid inputs. The main issue that split returns an iterator over this thing, and string.from accept this, so the conversion works. The likely error arises if the context doesn't allow collect to infer the target type, or if the split is not called on string. To fix and make it work, correctly splits to ABC's own string value. Let's see what it shows. That's what we did. Okay, okay. ठीक है, it will work. Let's see. It will work. So split returns the iterator on string slices. Map works on each item to get the owned type, and collect will return the vector of the owned values. Now what? Yes, let's see over here. Let list equals, what was it? Patterns new. So we'll need a pattern here. Doesn't implement debug. Sure, we'll do that. All right, let's run this thing. Are you able to see this? AI खुद कंफ्यूज है. हाँ, सेम चीज दे दे रहा नीचे वो. देख पा रहे हो आप लोग इसे? Let me just drag this thing to here. Okay. Okay, that was a new line basically, so kind of we have to do this thing. Let me just bring it here. I was just doing that on a single line. Now we don't have any new line, as you can see over here. We copied it from the browser, and for the legibility it just wrapped the string, but the problem statement says we will get this as a single line. Now we have list. What we have to do, we need to pass this list onto a function that will just check for the other details. Let's create another function that says check and store patterns, right? Check and store patterns. What this will receive, maybe we have to loop on the main file, and then we have to loop on the main file and then send the item here. What it will do, it will check the length again and split that thing, right? So we will get input again as string, right? And here what we will do, we will check length by doing input dot length. And if okay, how do we check number if it's even or odd? Quickly do it fast. It should be a question in every like kind of basic question to check a number for even and odd. What do we do? Which operator do we use? How to check if a number is even or odd? Do we use modulo? Yes, modulo 2. So we'll say if length modulo 2 equals 0, right? Then it is an even number. For else we have to skip that part, right? So now if it's an even number, what we'll have to do? If it's an even number, we need to split the string again by this thing. We'll say let splitted string equals how do we split the string? Yesterday we did that based on the index. Split at, okay, so if it's this thing, split at 7, this no. And str, yes. So this parameter would be the uh, this thing, right? So now it's an even number, so I'll say let median value would be length by 2, and we will have and input. This is what will this split? I have a string that I would like to split into two substring, the first two character and the rest of the string. If you know that your string only contains ASCII character, as in you can use slice. So if it does dot dot 2, so 0 1 2 is omitted, right? So we can say dot dot median. I'm I'm in pain, man. Second half. We have everything, but we don't know how to write it. I don't even know what I'm doing. TN. Oh god. What is this? Okay. Let's print these things first. Fist. No, first. Uh, second half. First half. Second half. What do you think? Did I? Yes. This is fun. You watch it how I suffer and embarrass myself in front of 7 people. God damn. 8 likes, 2 more likes, and then I'll somehow pull the plug of my UPS before solving this. So maybe we can just say okay, so here I have the list. Now I can just say for item in list. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get to use self? Did I get to use self? No. No, 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 no. This is an associated function then. Okay, so let's make it associated function. No issues, no issues. I'll just say patterns, check and store patterns, and I'll just pass item here. Patterns is not an iterator. Require patterns to implement into iterators. Well, 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 well. Found patterns. Okay, okay, sir. Okay, we'll do whatever you say. Uh, अगर तुम Okay, now let's see how it goes. Do we have any more? No. Ooh. Let's go over here. Cargo run. First half. Second half. I splitted it. Oh, oh. Where the hell I'm just going through it. Where the hell I'm just going through it. See, we have to. I thought like finding the solution was the hard part, but this entire thing is hard. Would I be able to crack any like any DSA round? I don't know. This all like kind of questions my choices. Why I get to choose Rust in first place. I can't even write. Yeah, so yeah, let's get back to this thing. Let's be focused here. The thing is, I splitted it. Now we have 1122. So again, we have to split the string based on this. Yes. So again, we have to split the string with this dash. So once I split this thing, we have 1 1. Then we have to figure out the length here. Then we have to figure out the length of each thing. If it's again, if it's an even number, then we have to split that 11 again. Right? So we have length, but again we have to again split this thing. So I'll say let splitted input is input dot split this dash, right? And I'll just simply dot collect it. Type annotation. What is that? Cool. We have a splitted input, right? Now on that splitted input, I'll have to loop. I have to loop. Go for item in splitted in time splitted input. Here I will get item as the first number as 11. So what I'll do, here I can do this thing now. So length should be here now, and this input should be basically item. If the length is this even, then I'll figure out the median, that is length by 2. The first half would be this, second half would be this. Now let's see. Okay, let's see. La 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 la. First half is 1 1 dash. What the heck is this? Use split once. Okay, no. I mean the pattern is appearing only once. So I'll have 1122 here. I'll collect it as 11-22. 11-22. Just need to check one more thing before checking anything. Splitted input. Splitted input. Let's not do this for now. Okay, so this is doing good. The splitted input would be 11, 22, 95, 115, 998, 1012. Okay, cool. So the splitted input is good. Now a splitted input for item in this thing. Let's not do this. And let's do let's do it. Are there any junior Rust job? What is your purpose to do Rust? No junior Rust jobs. We have to you have to gain experience either by contributing valuable contribution to the open source or in any organizations, then you can go ahead. My purpose to do Rust is because I hate my life and I want to feel the pain. I cannot just simply see my life easy, so I'm making it miserable myself, just hitting the X in my foot. Come on, one more like. One more like. Guys, come on. 19 votes, 9 likes. Cool. If we can hit it to 10, we are good. Yeah. Ten likes. Let me check. Cool. Amazing. 10 likes. Awesome. Thank you, Rudra. Thank you very much. Welcome on the chat. Amazing. So nice of you. Okay, let's go here. Why don't I just shift my screen a little bit here so that I can have a little bit more space like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's check this thing. Item is 122, item 95, 115, 998, 1012. Let me just check if it is correct. 95, 98, 1012. Bigger number would be 880, 890. Okay. Okay, so items are going good. Now I have to get this length. So I'm getting the length over here. I'm getting the length over here, and if it's an even, then I'm getting the median value, the first half and the second half. First half, second half. One second half. Is it due to this? Oh, I'm grabbing this in input, but this should be in item. One one two two nine five 2 2 2 2 2 4 4 4 6 4 4 3 4 4 6 4 4 9. First half, second half, first half, second half. I don't think any pattern here. I don't think any pattern here, guys. What's going on? So on the 11, I get 1 1 and I get 2 2. Oh, okay. Now I'll have to match these things, right? 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 9 and 5. So first half and second half are there. I think this is going good, right? This is going good. We have first half and second half, and we'll check if first half was second half, then if first half equals second half, then I have to store it somewhere, right? I'll have to do something like store store it should not be hash map, it should be a vector of string. Help me design this thing. I need to store these values. What could be the possible data structure here? Is this good to have it a vector and then kind of sum of all those things I'll return? Hmm? Okay, store is never used, so I'll have to use and self, and I think I'll mutate this as well, so I'll use this thing. Okay, and if both of these are equal, how do I push it on the vector? Self dot store dot insert. Do we have insert? I need index, and to store what? To store if there is a match, then I have to store those matches so that the output would be you'd only need a running sum. Yes, maybe I can keep a variable and keep on adding that thing. Thank you for pointing that specific word. Right, maybe an accumulator kind of thing. Am I going right way? We don't need to do that, right? Maybe U64 0. Oops. Yeah, I think, yeah, we can have that store U64 and then just keep adding on that thing. Then we can say, simply say plus equals first half. We need item on that, right? That item is basically, item is being like divided in two, so that item is an invalid ID, right? If I get 1010, I break 1010 match, then 1010 an invalid ID, so that item is basically item dot parse 64. Cannot assign. Oh, sorry. So I have running sum here. Yes. Indresh, buddy, without you, no can do. Okay, so we have a store here, and we'll see how it goes by creating another function that says public function get output. We'll have a self because we are going to only read this thing, right? So it will return a U64 and just it will return self dot store. Let's see. I mean, it should go well. It should work, otherwise I'm ruined. I have to go. I've been sitting here from 2 hours. My ass hurts, man. I have to go. So they should work. They should fucking work. Or go run. La 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 la. Not compile. Method defines here add mute. Okay. This is the thing. Because this self here is pattern and it has a list. Mm. What it says, what it says. Okay, it needs a mute pattern. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? It takes two argument, but one argument was supplied. What is going on? Patterns. It returns patterns that has a list and a store. And I'm just using a mutable cell because I'm going to mutate this store. Right? After just hitting that thing. But when it returns a list, it returns a list. So why does I'm doing this? You shouldn't have to be always like, right? It should initiate. But then how do I initiate this pattern? It's not an associated function anymore. No, 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 that. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Yes, cool. It's not an associated function anymore. Right. So, but I get a list here. So maybe if I remove this, then I get list dot list. This will return an error because it's not a vector string. It is going to be patterns, and here I can see list dot list, and here I can just say list dot. Now there's a new error. Found this mismatched type struct. Yes, because here this has to be self. Come on now. This will be mutable. Borrow a partially moved value list. List. Expected string, found string. Oops. All right. Expected string that I changed. Cannot borrow list as mutable. Yes, yes, yes. It is not an associated function. You are very right on that. Now the compiler is thrashing me with different errors now. It says because I think this item would be found this already I have changed, right? This changed. It says cannot borrow list as mutable. Of course you cannot borrow as mutable. How can you borrow it as mutable? Uh, Immutable borrow. Or maybe I can do this, and if I go here I can simply say this. Haha. Motherfucker. Consider iterating over a slice of this content to avoid moving into the for loop. A borrow partially moved value list. Partial move occurs because I get the list here. Cannot borrow list as middle. Oh, I just figured, like, forget that I have to do this. Uh, let's see some errors here. So it says maybe adding this and doing this could help. But if I do a mutable here, then it will say cannot borrow list as mutable. Because it is also borrowed as immutable. Immutable borrow occurs here. Immutable borrow later used here. Hmm. Using a struct here is an overkill and adds complexity. Okay. So you mean to say only like how far? How then? I mean, I have to define some structure, right? I have to define some structure that is going to be patterns is here. Just a function works. Okay. So you mean to say just create function on module and then just pass all those things. That takes vector string and gives out the result u64. Yes, having it in a like kind of a single function will do that, no problem. But this way our life will be more miserable, no? Why choose simple when you can be miserable? Ah, okay. You know what? I have a better solution. I have a better solution. Yes, we'll continue this thing. I have to, I think, go. It's 4:30 right now. We'll continue from here and we'll go through all these things that you have suggested. We'll create a separate function as well. Don't worry. And we'll figure out what is this, like what's going on here. We should get an like kind of solution. Of course, we should get in solution. This approach, what I'm doing is this keeps like kind of, there is a pattern to it. You define a pattern, then you encapsulate all those things and you just initiate a method. So this keeps the habit of building. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe I'm from the background where I want everything under a class and then treat everything as a class. But if you are working from the functional programming background, or I mean, I don't know what I'm saying, but we'll hold this right now and we will do it again. We'll see these errors. So I have some work basically, so I'll have to leave. Yes, yes, it is not an object-oriented programming, but if you have gone through the docs, the official Rust book, it says that all these patterns that we have, it kind of behaves, or you can make it behave like that. Cool. So we'll continue this. I'm like kind of short on time. So yeah, thank you for being on the stream. I'll see you next time, hopefully in the evening if I get time. Today I don't think I'll have time. I have some meeting in the evening, and maybe tomorrow morning or after the meeting I'll join. Okay guys, bye bye. Have a good day and start learning Rust if you are feeling miserable and if you want to feel more miserable. Okay, bye bye. Thank you everyone. Bye guys. Bye 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 bye. Make sure you like kind of go through the links that I have shared on the beginning of this stream. I have my GitHub profile, my Twitter profile, and buy me a coffee link so that I can drink coffee or beer, whatever. Bye bye.